Hey guys, welcome to Zhuhai International Circuit. It is, I think, round 3 of the e-racing GP Southeast Asia Championship, which takes place in Race Room every Saturday. We're doing a race review of race number 1. I think I was in Group B this time. I think I only qualified maybe 7th or 8th, so yeah, not the best of qualifyings, but I only did about an hour's practice, hour and a half before this event, so it was very competitive. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So ahead of me on the grid I have Miko Nassi, who's got a great start there, immediately challenging Arjun Maini. So coming down to the first turn, it's a right-hander, so braking just on the clean stuff on the outside. Managed to get around safely, take a wider line just to make sure I don't get hit from anyone from behind, which is always important. So flat through turn 3, coming to the braking zone for turn 4, covering the inside a little bit, just making sure no one goes for any crazy dives or anything like that. So we can see it's getting quite busy ahead of us, so Palin Chin, Arjun Maini and Miko Nassi are all going at it. So I choose to go just kind of middle of the road, making sure no one's going down the inside and trying to get the run on Maini now. I remember this race he was a bit slow for the first few laps, but I had an incident with him last week, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have any rubbing or any crashes with him this time, so I was very polite, to be honest. Yeah, because I thought he was quite quick in practice, and then the first few laps of the race he wasn't quite up to speed as yet, but yeah, went a little bit hot there, took first gear and then come back to get the exit. And coming down to turn 14 at Zhuhai, so Nico's trying to break the toe a little bit from Arjun. This is 4th gear normally, you can use 3rd depending how the balance in your car is. But yeah, hard on the power, and coming down the start finish straight with this great grandstand on the left, which actually no longer exists in real life, the cover, because it got blown off by a typhoon a couple of years ago. So here you see, yeah, it was braked a lot earlier than I was expecting, and I rubbed him a little bit, and then I was like, I didn't want him to think that I was deliberately doing it, because obviously I had the clash with him last week. But yeah, you can see he's right in front of me. I'm just trying to get as good an exit as I can out of turn 4. It was a lot of fun this week, actually. Racing the E-Racing GP CA series, because yeah, I think because we have a WhatsApp group and everyone's in that group and everyone kind of, I say, knows each other, there's a kind of familiarity there, whereas normally online racing you're kind of, I say, behind your keyboard, behind your steering wheel, and you can easily get annoyed, whereas with this everyone always apologizes immediately and everyone's very polite to each other. So I think it means the racing for the most part is very respectful. And it means you can have a lot of fun racing, as we see Arjun just go wide there at turn 10. So you can see it was definitely like he wasn't driving his best for these first few laps, but yeah, I just kind of I didn't go for any massive lunge or anything. The main thing, because you have race 1 and race 2. Race 1 is like the most points. Race 2 is a reverse grid, so it's like nearly half points. So you need to make sure you get decent points from the first race to give yourself a good shot of going through to the final, which is race 3. And last week I got a penalty for a clash with Maini, which dropped me out of the final. So I was just playing it nice and cautious, just to make sure that I could get through. But Zhuhai is a really good track. Yeah, some of the guys this week, they were practicing like, I think 10 hours or something to be able to get the pace, which is week 1 at Durham. When I was on the pace, I think I did 10 hours or something that week. So you really do need to put the hours in to find the lap time. Some of these sim guys, they can probably do maybe 4 or 5 hours and like still be like there or thereabouts. But yeah, I only use Race Room literally for this series, so I'm more iRacing at the moment. And coming up, we've got the SRO Championship, which is in Assetto Corsa Competizione, which I have to try and qualify for today. Closes at 4 o'clock in the morning on tonight my time, so that'll be fun. But yeah, you see Arjun went in deep at turn 7, couple of corners ago. So he wasn't like, I say, up to speed with his braking points, and I don't know if he was a little bit flustered or whatnot. But yeah, I just kind of even when they brake too late at 7, they kind of they gain time on the entry, and then again they lose time in the mid, but they still get the exit, so they get a slightly better exit. So it's hard to be able to, unless they're running onto the curb massively to slow themselves down. It's hard to be able to make a clean pass in this instance. So we're going to go on, fast forward our way through and just see if there's anything else going on here. Yeah, so it's a fun track to race on. I mean, it's relatively hard to pass, but it does give close racing. In race 2, you will see that. It's pretty decent when it comes to the on-track action. I had a great battle with Nico Nassi, which was just like real life, to be honest. Like, for the sort of realism, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, as you see, as we scroll through this, like, pretty much it's follow the leader. Well, if we just go to this one, Arjun again, he goes in quite deep, nearly taps the back of Nico, and then I get a really nice run off the corner. But you see, he still gains that little bit of straight line speed on the exit because he's managed to rotate the car better and get the exit. So now I'm just kind of like showing my nose, just trying to put pressure on him, because a move here, I know it's going to be like, I'd have to do quite a strong move, and I didn't want to leave myself open to any protest or anything like that from Arjun, because I think he protested me last week. Which meant I dropped out of the final. But yeah, you can see Miko, Arjun and I, all 3 real world racers. The other sim guys are up front, just trying to battle it out here. And then I think, yeah, the gap opens up again. Now we've got tyre deg on, I think it's ×3, so you do feel the tyres going away slightly. But yeah, now it's just pretty much a case of just bring the car home nice and safe to make sure that we get through to the final. So yeah, in the next video we will be looking at race 2, which is an awful lot of fun. So make sure you join me on that. There's a titanic battle with Miko, and I think both race 2 and the final race 3. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, guys.